What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and today, man, we got to address this Wally Szczerbiak situation with Tyrese Haliburton. The other night when the Knicks were playing against the Indiana Pacers, in the post game, Wally Szczerbiak inexplicably took a crazy turn speaking on Tyrese Haliburton's game. Now, you know Tyrese has been a very good player, leading the league in assists. His assist to turnover ratio is pretty good, and he's one of the up-and-coming rising stars at the point guard position, right? So Wally Szczerbiak proceeds to go in calling him a fake all-star, a fake wannabe. No, he didn't just say fake all-star. He said fake wannabe all-star. And, you know, that's not even like a player in his era that he had a chance to compete against. So where the smoke was coming from, a lot of people was confused, like, what animosity do you have towards Tyrese Haliburton? It's not Kevin Garnett or somebody who you physically fought. It's just a young player generations removed from from your playing days. So when it happened, everybody was like, what in the world? They were dumbfounded, like, what's gotten into Wally? So this has sparked a response from both Tyrese Haliburton and Matt Barnes. I'm going to play you what Wally said first, and I'm going to give you those responses, and I'm going to be back. Check it out.
Left, step back. Mr. supposed wannabe fake all-star with the big miss there, and then the rebound by Randall, and then Randall iced the game with all the free throws. Last chance down 3 for the wannabe all-star. Let me keep it that way. He's in his second year. He's a very good player. He's not going to make the all-star team. A guy like Julius Randle or Jalen Brunson will make it over Tyrese Haliburton.
Third year.
Tonight we saw why. Oh, it's his third year?
Third year, yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Right.
But
What did you do to Wally Szczerbiak?
I have no clue. I know the name Wally Szczerbiak. I couldn't tell you where he played. I couldn't tell you what he did as a basketball player. I don't know. He had a lot to say about me. And I was really questioning, first, who is this? And why is he talking about me like this?
Yeah, so to set the stage, he called you what, a wannabe all-star?
I don't know if I've ever came out and said I want to be an all-star this year. Please vote for me. I don't think I've done that. Yeah, I don't know. I think he was just excited about a Knicks win, and that got him going. But he's just doing whatever he can to get attention, and that's just the media these days.
This bum-ass motherfucker Wally Szczerbiak is just completely disrespecting. Yeah, exactly. Tyrese Haliburton, who's leading the league in assists, calling him a fake all-star and fake this and fake that. I'm just like why? What's the point of that? What do you get out of that? You're on these people are on these, and I'm on a regional network. I'm out here in SAC doing NBC Bay Area, but it's just I don't see why former players feel like it's their spot, or that it doesn't make them feel better to disrespect these guys. To me, this shit is super weak. I don't like it, but I just see it so often, man. It's just man, it's a tough position. But if you know the game well enough, you can talk about plenty of other shit. And again, we have to critique. That's part of our job. But to me, you can critique without disrespect. And I thought what Wally Szczerbiak did was some bitch-ass shit.
So, Matt Barnes, I wholeheartedly agree with you, man. That was a punk move. There was no place for that. Tyrese Haliburton said he hasn't even met Wally or whatever. Now, what I will say is Wally Szczerbiak was a good player. Everybody know him as Kevin Garnett's sidekick back in Minnesota. If you follow the game back then, that's kind of what you know him as, his prime years, so to speak. But he was a good shooter. He was a good scorer. I ain't going to take that from him. He wasn't great. One could argue that Haliburton may be a better player at this moment than Szczerbiak ever was. That's arguable. And I feel like as a 6'5" point guard, doing what he does, he probably is. He's in sort of the leadership role right now. Maybe Benedict Mathurin will take that over at some point in Indiana, but right now, you'd say that Tyrese Haliburton is the leader of that team, So, to come at him personally, Tyrese Haliburton, there was a lot of questions about his shot coming out of Iowa State. It's a little funky on the, not even really at the release, but the wind up of the shot. His actual release when he shoots the ball is okay. It's just the wind up going into that motion, And Wally Szczerbiak, I think I've heard him critique that before, but to call him a fake wannabe all-star when I've never even heard this guy, when I never seen him campaign for trying to be an all-star, you know what I'm saying? I never seen Tyrese Haliburton saying, vote for me, I'm the best point guard in the East, yada, yada, yada. I've never heard him talk like that. So Wally Szczerbiak, man, I think he needs to dial it back. When you're doing commentary, one thing it is, I like to see the older players critique players respectfully. You know, give them pointers on things they can work on their game. But making it personal, you know, that's the kind of stuff you might say when you on the court to get in somebody's head. You know, want to be all-star, you overrated, all that. You know, if you're trying to gain an advantage on an opponent, you might say some things to get inside his head, try to throw him off psychologically. But this far removed from the game, going at the kid who, I mean, he's worthy of making an all-star team. Like, maybe he won't make it, but he's right. You know, if you look at the list of guards, he'll be on that list this year with votes. I ain't saying he's gonna make it, you know, but he act like the dude is slow, you know. Wally Szczerbiak act like he's terrible. I mean, you know, that kind of commentary is no use for that, because I remember, you know, when you had certain guys speaking like that about them back when they played, they were mad at those commentators, and a lot of times those commentators were people that had never played the game at the highest level. So they felt slighted, they felt weird in some sort of way. And so to see players do that to younger players, man, it's kind of wild, because for one, they know what it takes to get to that level. The sacrifice, the professionalism, the skill, the talent that you just got to have naturally, all of that combined in one, what it takes to get to that level. So to see him and Tyrese Haliburton, man, I'll go ahead and tell you, I remember at one point Haliburton, I mean, he had some scholarship offers, but it wasn't like the most, you know, scholarship offers. He didn't play like on a big circuit or anything. He was one of those guys that kind of blew up late bloomer. So to see him in the NBA after 2 years in college, you know, that wasn't even his trajectory in high school. He's one of those players. Like, and Ja Morant did, you know, something similar. I remember Ja Morant didn't have a lot of offers either. Back when he was like going into the 11th grade, he didn't have like all those offers like that. So sometimes you have these players that they weren't ranked. It wasn't like he was even like a 5-star player. Neither one of those was a 5-star player, but now they're amongst the top of their position at the highest level. So sometimes when you're ranking children like that, you know, that never works out that way, because who you are as a player at 15, you know, you can't say that's going to be in the same order when you reach age 22, you know, as far as ranking the classes. But man, yeah, back to Wally Szczerbiak, I don't think, you know, I ain't gonna say he should apologize to him, but next time I would say choose your words a little more wisely, man. Tyrese is a good up-and-coming player. To say he needs to refine his jump shot a little bit more. Now, that's a criticism I could get with. Maybe he could refine his jump shot a little more, but call him a bum fake all-star, that's whack, man. Hey, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.